Hey, our upgrade pace is looking solid right now, but I do think we need to push harder if we want to stay competitive. Here's the report.
To the deserts of Bahrain, where the Formula One circus has rolled into town. We're expecting the cars to appear out on track shortly to start today's practice session. I'm here with Anthony Davidson once again. Nice to see you, Ant, and I wanted to ask you about how you go about improving the car over the course of a practice session. How much would you say is already known from the pre-race simulations? And how much do you have to do, how much do you have to work on with a real car on a real circuit?
Well, that's a good question, Crofty, and I suppose the simple answer is that there's no such thing as too much information. As you say, the bigger teams have very complex simulations, vast numbers of clever people crunching the numbers back at base. But what they can't tell you is stuff like how the track condition's going to be, or what the temperature's going to be doing over the course of the day, and how all of that's going to be interacting with the tyre. There are so many millions of tiny variables involved in getting these cars around a racetrack quickly, but the computer can't tailor the car to a driver's specific balance requirements. At some point, you still need to put a human being in there and have them feel it through the seat of their pants. And that's why we end up with different drivers having different setups. So what I'm trying to say is, Crofty, nothing beats on-track testing.
Okay, then that's the end of the program and plenty of useful data.
Drivers are ready. We hope you're ready as qualifying is about to begin here in Bahrain.
That last lap puts you into P8. Sat in P4 at the moment. That's P2. You're currently in second place. Fastest lap so far. Well done.
As we wind down from the excitement of qualifying, here's a look at your top three. Vettel, a Ferrari, and Valtteri Bottas. With qualifying complete, all that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Do you expect a lot of tyre management? A lot of fuel management?
Well, don't we always? I don't expect these are going to be any more important than usual, if I'm honest. What I do expect, however, are a lot of drivers getting into the pits early for some kind of undercut on fresh rubber. If you can pit before the person in front, have a good stop and drive a blistering outlap, there may be 1 or 2 seconds to be gained. If anyone gets stuck behind another car, for example, that will be the go-to strategy, surely.
We're almost ready to go then, and this is what the starting grid looks like for today's race. Sebastian Vettel has a clear track ahead of him today. He starts in pole position, and a Ferrari alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Bottas, Hamilton, Sergio Perez, and Verstappen, Ocon, Ricciardo, Grosjean, and Nico Hülkenberg, Kvyat, Palmer, Carlos Sainz, and Massa, Magnussen, Alonso, Lance Stroll, and Pascal Wehrlein. Ericsson and Stoffel van Dorn completes the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track.
Okay, the run into turn 1 isn't too long, so the pack will be bunched up. Take care. Okay, we're through the start phase. Now let's build on it. DRS is now enabled and will be available to use when you are within 1 second of the car ahead in the DRS zone. Reduce your pace. VSC ending, we're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags. Sebastian has just entered the pits. Sebastian is in the pits. Your pit window is now open. Don't forget, pit in this lap. Just posted the fastest lap of the race so far. Nasser is now the race leader. is 2.0 seconds. seconds. Gap to car in front is 13.6 seconds. Okay, distance to teammate 17.0 seconds. This is your final lap of the race. Nice work, you did well today. I think the boss will be happy with that one.
Great effort there from Ferrari to take the victory today. Anthony, what do you think made the difference here?
The difference was clearly in the strategy. You could tell they'd done a lot of work on the pit wall to really optimise each stint and get the most out of the tyres. And it highlights just how much of a team sport this really is. But credit to the driver as well, though. There's no good having a well-oiled machine behind the scenes without a talented hand on the wheel, of course.
So, here they come now, out onto the podium. Wherever you go, anywhere in the world, the prancing horse flags are dominant in the grandstands, and they're out in force again today. It's Ferrari on the top step once more. And now let's take a look at the drivers' standings. It wasn't the best weekend for our championship leader, and their advantage at the top has been reduced. Now then, Anthony Davidson, who was your driver of the day?
Felipe Massa. For me, that was an outstanding performance that drew on every bit of his not unsubstantial experience.
And now let's take a look at the constructors' standings. Ferrari extend their lead at the top of the championship. Meanwhile, good work from Force India this weekend, who pushed themselves further up the order. That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.